On the West Coast, no two programs have rocked the establishment more than these two, and it's built a rivalry between them that's been nasty at times. It's had its fair share of cheap shots and ruined seasons, all in the quest for the milk can. Valley Children's Stadium in Fresno, California. It's the Boise State Broncos and the Fresno State Bulldogs. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer here in the booth. Holly Rowe is down on the sidelines, and we check in with her right now.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with the Broncos head coach before the game. This running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and Coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Fresno State will kick it off, and we will be underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Riley. Trucks through the defender. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
What a job to lay out and make the catch. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
Nice run to pick up his way for good yardage there.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Right back to it. Ball down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
I don't think people understand how valuable it is to be able to hand the ball to your running back and get everyone settled to start the football game, especially when there's production like this. Man, your quarterback feels a little bit more comfortable. The defense feels a little bit uneasy. The offensive line gets settled in. Nice start by this offense.
Setting up the screen. Looking for room at the 30. Oh, there's an alley to the left. Touchdown, Broncos! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All wideouts, no backs. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
Man, and the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Tackle behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. And so the Boise State offense comes out to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Sells to run, looking to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
There used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they'd go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
The run inside. It's Riley. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Takes it down to the 35-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a 1st down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
The Broncos have this offense rolling. Sells to run, wants to pass. Out wide right, it's Riley. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Following that last play, we have a Bronco that is slow to get up. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Howie Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. And the Broncos, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking to pass. It's Madsen. Good timing on the quick out. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
As a head coach, you love to see your quarterback locked in early in games. And in the first drive, leads the offense down to a touchdown, throws a TD pass, and here he is again, making a really good decision and a very accurate throw to pick up that 1st down.
Going to the run. It's Gaines. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. We've reached the end of the period. Boise State has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. With the run on 1st and goal. Driven back.
The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Knocked down immediately.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yard situations, the goal-to-go situations. They've got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short, could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
I am too, and you're essentially running a 2-point play here, right? You've got a play you've practiced all week long. That's the play you dial up right here.
The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Power ahead. He's barely going to make it back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped short on 4th down.
Man, what a great job by this defense. Never giving up, man. Gave up some yards, get inside their own 1 on 4th and goal. And what did they do a good job of? Getting pushed, man. The big boys getting in the backfield, getting penetration, not letting a hole even open up, and they get the big 4th down stop.
From his end zone, looking to throw. Got to take care of the ball. Turns it upfield. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
In the slant route, you got to put that foot in the ground and cut in a hurry so you can create a little bit of separation from that cornerback, and a nice job with the concentration, plucking that football, pulling it in.
Handoff to the single running back. Breaks into the open. He stopped just short of his own 20-yard line, but it is enough for the 1st down. Fresno State right back to the line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a 1st down. Oh, and here they go again. 1st down, you've seen this. They like it.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. Hoping to find one that works this time on 2nd down from the 7.
Man, that is a big negative play for this defense, putting them in reverse, getting the quarterback on the ground, and they better get ready again. Look at this offense. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again. And I love the play call. Get it to the running back, chew up some yards so you make 3rd down more manageable. 3rd and 10, 3rd and 9, Jesse. Now as a quarterback, I can be successful.
Yeah, and I think the play worked in part because the defense was expecting pass and that down and distance. So it begs the question now on 3rd and long again, might the offense go back to handing it off to their explosive playmaker at the running back position?
Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their 1st. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Martin will throw it. It's complete to the left. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, I know there's a lot of people out there thinking, hey, it's 3rd down, you got to throw to the sticks here, but I like the call getting the drag. You get the catch, he advances it a little bit, doesn't quite pick it up, but now you've set up 4th and short, and you've got to think on offense, you've got to play somewhere that can go pick up this 1st down.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Off play action on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Boise State. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Martin back to pass. Can hold on in the face of the contact.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Handoff from the gun. And the 35, he's loose. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Fresh center downs going to the air. A little release to the back. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
Long way to go on second down. And he's brought down after a short gain. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Martin will throw it. Looking to the big tight end. Finds a man in the middle. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here, hopefully a touchdown, before this first half closes out.
Good, wide open, big play opportunity. Hits him right between the numbers. You got to make that play. Those are one of those where I tap my helmet like, dude, that was me. That was on me. My bad. Give me another opportunity later on.
And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end, and he gets it away.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters, and I know the pass is coming, so I can have more success.
Fresno State will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On the direct snap, it's Riley. With the catch, it's Madsen. Flying down the left side. At the 20. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that Wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Caught. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out the field goal unit. And as we work our way toward halftime, timeout on the field. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Splits the uprights. Good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's take a look at the Nebraska Cornhuskers taking on the number 4 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Huskers with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one, and win a fireworks-filled football game. That is another solid victory for this team, who now gets to 5-1 on the season. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Martin back to pass. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They'll run behind the big guys on the right. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
Well, this defense knew coming into this one, if they could stop the run, it was going to be really, really hard on the offense. And I just love the tenacity they're playing with right now. This front 7 are flying around, getting to the ball carrier. This running back has had nowhere to go today.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Under pressure. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
There we go, defense. That's the play you needed to have. All night long, you've been giving up big ones to this offense. That's why you're in the position you're in right now, down by multiple possessions. But finally, they come away with their their first sack.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on 4th down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. Looking downfield, it's Madsen. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Riley. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, and now they're finding out about him.
He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And finally, this quarterback looks human. For one play, he has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Churns into the pile. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Yeah, and that's a good job by this defense, man. They got him in 3rd and short, but, man, they've got to do a better job. If they want to get back in this football game, like, they've got to force some field goals. They've got to force some punts. They've got to force something to go their way, and they've got to be better on 3rd down.
Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that can do this. Last week he was unbelievable. This week, even better. This dude is absolutely on fire, in the zone, feeling it, using the whole field, doing whatever he wants, when he wants, how he wants.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. On play action. Unloads to the wideout. He's got him wide open. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch so much easier for these quarterbacks and receivers.
Left side is Wagner. Touchdown Broncos! And the route is on. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on the extra point. So they take advantage of good field position and move it 46 yards. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gives him the big stiff arm. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Here comes the Fresno State offense onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Just gets rid of that one.
And, man, this whole crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum.
Picked off. A turnover in their own end. You know he would have loved to have tacked on a big return to that pick, but they've got it in the red zone at the 15. And now this offense will take the field again. First down, he'll keep it. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, it's Gaines. Bring him down.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Plows his way ahead. And he's in. Touchdown, Broncos! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Keeps it himself. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Trying to get the corner. He'll pitch it. And he tried to string out that run, but there was nowhere to turn it upfield, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss.
And that just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
That's the end of the quarter, and Boise State has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So we open the final period with a third down play. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Dragged to the ground, but not before. He's converted the fourth down to keep the drive going. Fresno State right back to the line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Martin will throw it. Looking left. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. The play fake. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
0 points on the day. That's really all you have to say.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it here on fourth down. He's going for a big play downfield. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Give to the running back. Smashes through the tackle. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting movement, and it's carrying over all the way here deep into the fourth quarter.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front and establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Second and long here. In the red area, it's Gaines. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9, where it'll be first and goal. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Not only the scoreboard, but the clock on the side of the offense as they take a knee, though the D can stop it a couple more times. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple more times.